Hello,
Hi.
my name's Joel Getsky. I'm here for the occupational therapy assistant interview at Lake Superior Therapies. Is this the right place?
Yeah, nice to meet you, Joel.
Excellent. Here's my resume.
Thank you. I'm Claire.
Nice
It's
to meet you, Claire.
Yeah. Why don't you start off by telling me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, well, like I said, my name's Joel Getsky, and I'm an occupational therapy assistant. I graduated about 4 years ago, and through that 4 years, I've gained quite a bit of experience. I have multiple experiences with different strengthening exercises for individuals, many different corporations of ADLs and IDLs, activities of daily living and independent activities of daily living. And I actually have my lymphedema certificate too, so I've helped a lot of patients dealing with edema with their daily lives and helped to make their lives a lot easier.
Nice. Okay. Sounds like you have quite a bit of experience then. Okay.
Yeah, I like to think so.
All right. Okay. Um, Tell me a little bit about what you know about Lake Superior Therapy.
Well, I read your guys' mission online, and I really like that you guys are a person centered approach because the last company I worked at wasn't exactly a person centered approach, and
Mm.
they cared more about money, which made me not want to work at that company as much and try to find different options because I really care about the patient and just working on the patient to get them as comfortable as possible and to fulfill their lives as much as possible to live the highest quality of life possible. So that's
Sure.
what I really like to work on with my patients.
Okay. Um, I guess to go on top of that, what interests you about our company?
Well, a lot interests me about your company. Like I was saying, the person centered approach really interests me. I like how you guys have a personalized occupational therapy, physical therapy, and speech therapy area to do your therapies
Mm-hmm.
because it's really nice to have that extra space for the therapy department so that we can really isolate those therapies and make sure they're not put together because each one separately really does help the patient as much as possible.
Sure. Okay. Um, so I guess tell me a little bit about why you're leaving your current company.
Well, a lot of it had to do with the not having a person centered approach. I just felt like the company was trying to squeeze as much out of me as possible. Not to say bad things about my company, but it really is why I'm trying to seek other employment options. I want a more person centered approach, and I do like that you guys, your company donates more money to the therapy department separately so that they have all the supplies they need and they can really work hard on what they do best. And that's their specialty of therapy.
Sure. Sure. So it sounds a little bit like your current company right now really kind of prioritizes profits rather than what helps the client, the
Yeah,
patient.
I would say so. So there
Sure.
was, there was some kind of disagreements between me and some of the management teams that
Mm,
just caused me to want to find a company that works more with the patient. So
sure.
that's why I'm here.
Okay. Um, So, as a scenario, I guess, or you've probably encountered this at your current job, how do you handle clients or patients who are maybe upset or angry?
Well, there's a lot of ways you can handle them. You got to try to think of it from the patient's point of view. They're usually dealing with a really difficult time in their lives that we couldn't even fathom. Maybe, getting a knee surgery or maybe even losing a limb or having a
Mm,
stroke. It's a
mhm.
really hard thing to deal with to begin with. So you can't always think that the person that upset that it's your fault. It can be a multitude of things that's going on with that person. So I try to listen to the person first, and we go from there. Maybe that means that we have a shorter session that day, or maybe we tailor the session somehow else. But we want to think of the patient first.
Okay, Sure. Um, Tell me about a time, Joel, where you maybe set a goal for yourself and you didn't succeed. How did you handle that situation?
Well, there was one time when I was given more of a managerial type position, and I had not really had much of that experience. So, um, being that I didn't have much support, I didn't do as well as I thought I should have, and
Mm,
I felt like maybe I let somebody down. Um, Not because I wanted to, but just because I didn't feel like I had the support from that company. So that's why
sure.
I really like your company because it sounds like you guys give each other lots of support and you have feedback surveys weekly, just to strengthen your team base. So
Okay, sure. So maybe they threw you in an area where you weren't as
yeah,
competent
I
and
think with the right
sure.
support, I would have done well in the position, but
Sure.
it just wasn't there. So
It was more about experience.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Um, well, I guess do you have any questions for me?
Well, I do have a question about how your interdisciplinary teams communicate with each other.
Okay.
Are you guys, do the nursing team and the therapy team get along very well? Is there a certain language that the therapy team speaks that the nursing team doesn't speak? Or how are your team dynamics here?
Sure. Yeah. So here at Lake Superior Therapy, we're very open. Um, Kind of like, what you've probably seen on our website is that, each person is complex. They have their own unique needs. They have ways that help support them that maybe doesn't work for someone else. So we very much each patient kind of has their own team. So every morning we meet and we discuss what's been going well, what hasn't been going well, how we can tailor treatment and interventions in a way that best supports them. So we're very open, very kind of problem solve together. So at Lake Superior Therapy, it's very much an open environment where you can discuss what you're noticing, what's maybe helping, what isn't helpful, and you have the opportunity every morning during the team meetings to bring up any things that you notice.
Well, that sounds excellent.
All
And
right.
yeah, this definitely sounds like a company that I can see myself at. And I think it's so person centered, and that's just the kind of support I think the people that were working with need. So
Well,
I
sounds
thank you
good.
for your time,
Yeah,
and
we'll be in touch.
yeah, I hope to hear from you
Alrighty.
soon.
We'll see ya.